But first, time for Countdown's number 2 story, tonight's worst persons in the world. The bronze to House Minority Whip Eric Cantor of Virginia, though he was supposedly overruled when he had the common sense to suggest that his party not release an alternative budget proposal with no numbers, no math, no digits of any kind in it. He still did put his foot into it on Fixed News. Rocket scientist Gretchen Carlson said, "I found it interesting that it was only 19 pages compared to the 142 pages of the Obama budget. Was there symbolism in that?" Congressman Cantor replied, "I think, Gretchen and Steve, you can take some symbolism in that." Yes, you can. History proves that no matter how much BS you think you have at hand, you can never, ever, ever write a paper for school, for college, or even for national politics that actually makes it to the full 20 pages. The runner-up tonight, blogger Michelle Malkin, responding to a proposal by Senator Cardin of Maryland that the newspaper industry, which is bleeding to death, should be permitted to opt for tax-exempt status, non-profit status, the way public TV and radio stations can, perhaps preserving an entire industry. Malkin thinks this could mean a bailout of newspapers and, therefore, the government controlling what is printed in newspapers. But gee, Michelle, you spent the last decade telling us that the Democrats already control what's printed in the newspapers. So either you were full of it then, or you're complaining about the threat of something that's already happened now. But our winner, Billo the sad clown, who just lost an advertiser. You could have just left it alone. Could have just said nothing when you got called out for addressing a rape victim support fundraiser, after at least twice blaming rape victims, one of whom was then murdered. But no, you had to go send your stalker producer to hunt down the managing editor of thinkprogress.org, Amanda Turkle, to follow her for 2 hours while she was on vacation, as she checked into a hotel on vacation, to ambush her. Tonight begins the comeuppance. thinkprogress.org contacted the sponsors of O'Reilly's TV program, asking not if they supported his right-wing stances, his hypocrisy, his racism, his misogyny, his fact-optional approach, but if they could stomach him time after time stalking people who had dared to criticize him in print or online. And tonight, UPS has said enough. It's email to Think Progress. Thank you for sending an email expressing concern about UPS advertising during the Bill O'Reilly Show on Fox News. We do consider such comments as we review ad placement decisions which involve a variety of news, entertainment, and sports programming. At this time, we have no plans to continue advertising during this show. To paraphrase the famous phrase from church, Bill, here beginneth the lesson. Bill, what can Brown do for you? O'Reilly, today's worst person in the world.